Welcome back, everybody, to the Morning Wake Up here with Dave Ackerley, and it's great to have you aboard today and every day, and, of course, online, 24/7, 365. Don't forget the webcast, the podcast on the website. Get those things straight, Dave, and that's at 1320wils.com. At 1320 WILS is the Twitter handle as well. And it's a good thing we're talking digital here, because more in the news here involving social media choices for our young people, talking about those in middle school, high school, sometimes even going down to elementary school. It makes you scratch your head a little bit. No, it's out there. There's been good awareness, I think, in recent years about bullying and cyberbullying. So you would think with all of that it would be going down or starting to disappear and maybe being eradicated. That'd be a good thing, wouldn't it? Not happening. Armed with cell phones, all the social media choices. New survey says half of middle and high schoolers in a recent study admitted to social media abuse, from bullying schoolmates to spreading rumors online to pressuring others to send text or pictures of a sexual nature. They also admitted, with their boyfriends, girlfriends, etc., to stalking their partners. This is not like, folks that you met at the gym, but this is middle and high schoolers. Okay, so do we overreact when we hear that, or are we not reacting enough? Research psychologist, psychoanalyst, and author of What Price Power, an in-depth study of the professional woman in a relationship, is Dr. FriedaBirnbaum. We visited with her before. She joins us now to discuss. Good morning, Dr. Birnbaum.
Good morning to you. Thank you. This is something that's extremely serious, and it actually follows these students into college. Those that have been harassed, cyberbullied, actually continue often to do so. 22%. 2010, and it goes on, and we're looking into this. But, what can we do about it? Where do we go from here is what's really important. The one thing you need to know, and I'm going to quickly go over this, know the sites that your kids are visiting, and tell your kids that they may review with you what they're doing online. So this way there's some kind of parental control. And they even have software that you can install so you can monitor what your kids are doing, and so you can have a sense of what they're doing online. And you can follow them and friend them on their social media. But most of all, you should encourage your children to tell you immediately if they're being bullied, and that you will not take away any of their equipment, their computers or their cell phones, because they often feel intimidated by all this. But this is something that's crucial. I mean, in college in 2010, Tyler Clementi, if you remember, he jumped off the bridge because he was recorded while he was having an intimate relationship with another young man. So we're talking about life and death experiences. And so, what do we do? What do we tell our children to do after the fact? Well, first of all, they should not harass themselves. They should know to be supportive, and they should.
Survey, right, Dr. Berman, because this survey wasn't just those saying, "Have you been harassed?" These are kids who are admitting to doing it themselves at a number of our Detroit area here in Michigan high schools, and this was a mix of high, moderate, and low-risk schools, measuring with crime stats and poverty level. So it really was a broad base of young people.
Yes, and bullying comes from insecurity. When you have a lack of your own self-sense, you want to put other people down because it makes you feel better. And especially in these formative years, when these kids are finding out who they are, it makes them feel that they're part of a group that they look up to and acknowledge. So this is really where it stems from. And there are things to do when you speak about diversity, when you speak about getting to know someone who's different and protecting other people. It puts them in the other range of how they look at each other and what they need to do to make themselves feel better, is actually to take care of other people rather than to discriminate so they can feel better.
Dr. Birnbaum, what do we do, though, as parents? I mean, I friend and follow my kids. They're mortified by that. I don't care until they're of age. That's just the way it goes. But how do we keep track as parents when the sites, the social media sites, come and go and change quicker than we can, and we just don't process that as well as they do? They are professionals at a pretty young age with this, and I think we lag behind. So how do you keep pace with your kids when they're technologically more savvy than you are?
Absolutely, and there are some rules. They should not share their passwords, even with their friends. And they should only give information to people that they know. And they should always tell you right away, as I said before. That's the number one thing. Because a lot of these kids think that these are done in private, and these are things that you don't tell your parents, and it's just between each other. But they really don't know that there are threats of violence and stalking, and they can be harassed. So these are the things that can happen, and this can be reported to school. It could even be reported to the police, because a lot of these things that happen can be criminal, and the offenses are high. So we need to not only take it seriously, but we need to teach our children before anything happens, before you even see anything. The time is to be able to have a communication with your child, just one-on-one, about anything. And that's what brings parents and children closer together. If you feel that you have a trust from your child, and you're talking about things that are not important, then when something is important, they will feel more comfortable connecting with you.
Don't let your child be bullied, but don't let your child be a bully. And it's not snooping, it's due diligence if you're a parent. Research psychologist, psychoanalyst, Dr. Frieda Birnbaum, who's joining us this morning, talking about the rise in kids, especially with a Michigan survey that says more than half of them, middle and high school, said they were actually doing some of the harassing. Dr. Birnbaum, thanks for being here today.
My pleasure. Thank you.